I do think that there is a thing called pretty privilege. There is a thing called white privilege. There is a thing called tall privilege. And we have to acknowledge that. And so part of it is about race. Caitlin Clark is bringing this money, these sponsorships, we hope, into the league, and other players will benefit from it. But I do think that she is more relatable to more people because she's white, because she's attractive.
Women's basketball superstar Caitlin Clark has signed a major sponsorship deal with Wilson. Now, the company will be releasing a collection of signed items, including limited edition basketballs. But what makes the Indiana Fever star so popular? Well, according to The View co-host Sunny Hostin, it's partly because she's white.
I do think that there is a thing called pretty privilege. There is a thing called white privilege. There is a thing called tall privilege. And we have to acknowledge that. Yeah. Now, you know, Caitlin Clark is bringing this money, these sponsorships, we hope, into the league, and other players will benefit from it. But I do think that she is more relatable to more people because she's white, because she's attractive.
Alex, some insightful commentary on The View there?
Well, it's always a racist that makes everything about color of skin and gender. And it's kind of like DEI. You know, Caitlin Clark was not a DEI choice. The reason why people like her is because she's a leading NCAA women's basketball scorer of all time. She's greatness. People love greatness here in America. We love comeback stories. We love underdogs, but people also love greatness. She's one of the greatest players. And, you know, but Sunny Hostin does have a point. Now, Gabriella, you might not know this, but last year around the same time, I was one of the first people to talk to Brittney Griner when she, you know, we traded her for the Merchant of Debt. He was a guy that we traded with Putin, and it got Brittney Griner out of jail. And at the time, it was a very controversial thing because I saw her at the airport at, you know, she was flying on a commercial plane. And what they said was at the time that they're going to give the women chartered flights because of this confrontation, but they never did. And then fast forward a year later, Caitlin Clark joins the league. She brings a huge amount of attention, and now they're getting chartered flights. So in a way, it did seem kind of, for me, I hate to say it, I don't think Kathy Engelbert, the chairman of the WNBA, the commissioner, I don't think that she's necessarily racist, but it does look bad for them that they wouldn't protect their black athletes, and now they're doing everything for Caitlin Clark. But it's not based on race, it's based on popularity, because she's the best player. They want to make everything about race. If Caitlin Clark wasn't the best player, nobody would care. But of course, the host on The View has to make everything about race and has to just spread victimhood, because that's the narrative that they love to preach and promote the most.